Put not your trust in princes, neither in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. I believe the majority of doctors are ethical, absolutely. But the pharmaceutical company is not. And unfortunately, doctors should not put their trust in the princes, the authorities, and the pharmaceutical company. It's like one doctor that my husband met. He was at a rally on free choice in Australia. There are quite a few in Australia. In fact, we were forbidden to do protests in 2020, so my husband held a protest every 2 weeks. When the police were taking him away, after he'd actually tried to run with one, and the one young policeman was bending his hand back, and Michael said, "Stop hurting me. You're being very disrespectful to an elderly gentleman." My husband's 67, I think, or 8, something like that. And he's got white hair, but Michael and I run up hills every day. So he's actually very fit. And when they first tried to take him down, he ran. That's what he does. And they couldn't catch him. And he was running in and out. All the crowds, there were about 350 people. There were about 350 police. They couldn't catch him. And everyone's taking photos and films of it. And my husband's running along. He's not shy like me. But when they grabbed him and this young man was bending his hand back, he said, "Stop hurting me. You're being very disrespectful to an elderly gentleman." And the man said, "You shouldn't have run." Michael said, "It's my right." Isn't that true? It is my right. And by the way, that was on the news that night. And the next protest, there was hardly any police and they just all stood back. You know, God desires men and women to make stands. And at the time, it seemed like we're the losers, but whoa, you look at the history of planet Earth, it's people who've stood, isn't that right? And the greatest want of this world, the greatest need of this world is men and women who will not be bought or sold. Men and women who in their inmost souls are true and honest. Men who will not fear to call wrong by its right name. Men who will stand for the right though the heavens fall. Such a character is not the work of accident. It's not due to divine favour of providence. A noble character is the work of self-discipline. And I'm married to a man, I've never seen him angry, I've never seen him raise his voice. He's strong, but he's never unkind and he's never cruel. Because he has a pattern man, and that's Jesus. And that's what God can do for human beings that hold on to him.